we've not missed a thing. So there we go. So we're recording. So thank you for your email with the detailed description of Live Nature's Path. You said, I have a bunch of questions, if that's okay. I'm just going to,
sure,
just while they're running through my head, and then I want to hear your story more.
Okay.
So you said you are already building a website?
Yes. That's the short answer. Yes. So as I also shared with you, and I'm trying to be as candid as possible because I think that will help me look past a lot of my anxieties about doing this. I'm really not tech savvy at all. So I had a hard time just trying to find someone to do the website, because when you don't know the right questions to ask or what to do, it's hard, right?
Yeah.
So I found a company, and basically what they do is they actually do this whole coaching system online for health coaches. And in that, they include the website. So that's what I started. I'm about 90% done, but I have to be honest with you. It's really a very generic, I don't want to say not flashy because that's not what I'm looking for. There's not a whole lot of personality to make it yours, if that makes sense. So it's usable, it's functional, but in the end, Jonathan, I have to be really honest, it's just not, I don't see it being me.
It's not a wow.
No, not at all.
So please tell me they built it in WordPress.
No. I don't think so, no.
What did they build it in?
I have to look that up for you, but I don't believe it's WordPress.
Oh, well, hopefully would it be on Squarespace or Wix or any of those?
I think it's Wix.
WIX?
Yes. But I can look it up and I can tell you.
Okay, that would be great. So in the website world, Wix is very entry level. I mean, it totally works for what you want, but when we get more advanced and we want to add in lots of different plugins like a Facebook feed and lots of custom forms and really get you found by Google, it doesn't work very well. But for now, it's going to get us where we want to get to, and you've invested in it, so we'll make it work. But just so you know, down the road, when we want to get fancy and customize, we can take everything that they've written and bring it over. It's not a lot of money. But really, Lisa's site, my site, everybody that wants to really sort of build a business online uses WordPress. So, in time.
Okay.
But don't worry, Wix is fine. I have several clients that have Wix sites, and they work great. Providing you have a reputation and you can send people to it, it's totally fine. When you're trying to get found without being known, it's harder. But right now, all you're doing is networking one-on-one, right? And trying to build up a list anyway. So as long as you have a presence that you can send people to from your card or whatever, we're good. We're good. So what website name have you picked? Is it livenaturespath.com or what did you get?
Yes, okay. So here's part 2. That's what I purchased. But I have to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. But yes, for right now, that is it. And that's what I purchased. Yes. Okay,
that's fine. So is there anything I could find if I look it up?
No, not yet.
Yes, there is.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so then you can look at it and you can see what I'm talking about.
I can 100% see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And yeah, the biggest issue is it's not mobile friendly. So it doesn't look good on a mobile phone. Unless when they finish, they bring in a plugin that makes it mobile friendly. But right now, it's not looking to me like it is. Let me just, while we're on the line, I'm going to just try something.
It might be just because it's not finished, because they did say it was mobile friendly.
Because what I normally do is just, I just drag the bottom corner and I make it into a simple shape that would fit a mobile phone. And if it doesn't translate instantly, let me just do a quick test while we're on the line. Mobile friendly test.
Okay.
And then we'll know. as I say, if it's not finished anyway, then I'll let Google tell me. So it's analyzing. Literally, this takes 30 seconds, and then. So they help you with the content. They've sent you questionnaires to be able to populate each page and this kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay, that's great, because that's really hard to know how to start and know what to write and just get writer's cramp and just get nowhere. So especially if they specialize in your field and they know the right questions, that is so useful. So that's
awesome. that and then they also have the whole system to set up stuff for autoresponders and all of that. Yeah.
Perfect. So is that through like MailChimp or GetResponse? Did they tell you what?
It's actually through a company called Coaches Console.
Oh, okay. And that's how you do your email?
Yes.
That's a new one on me. I can see the logo at the bottom of the site actually, but I wasn't sure. Okay. So Coaches Console, powered by. You're absolutely right. So will they be able to give you a Michele at livenaturespath.com email as well?
I don't know. I'll have to check.
Okay. So at this point in time, we're getting a big red X from Google saying this page is not mobile friendly. But as I say, if it's not finished, they may be adding more of a plugin to it to make it mobile friendly. I'll just send you this link though, so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And just ask them, because in this day and age, there's absolutely no reason at all why there shouldn't be. And if they've already told you it's going to be, I just want to make sure you get what they say they're going to give you. So, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So, are you comfortable with Zoom? You've used Zoom before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just throw this check. I did it with a lady the other day and went, "You can do that?" Said, "I think our company's a little out of date." I went, "Mm-hmm." I said, "You're very 2008." She said, "That's when we built our website." I went, "Mm-hmm. I can tell." All right, awesome. Okay, so let's just carry on with. Okay, so we got that. So with your social media, I know you have a Facebook page. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen for a little bit. I want to start off. So I always do my strategy sessions a little different than some people. I automatically work in and start helping. I don't sort of tease people with, "Oh, well, if you hired me, we could do this." I mean, I just go for it. So you'll learn that about me very quickly. So I'll just minimize this down. So as I said, that's the test that I put through Google, which is telling me what it is. But what I like to do on Facebook is, obviously, this is who you are right now. What I love is that you and I have got 15 months to get this right. So that as and when you do get your golden watch or whatever they give you at the end of your JOB days, you're stepping into a business that's already making you money, and it is not a scary place to be at all. And that redundancy money or layoff money you can use for fun rather than to live on.
Yes.
I've been in that place twice. So I know. I was in it in the year 2000 when the oil company I worked for was downsizing because they had 2 major mergers in 1 year, and I went from one of 8 people in a job to being one of 53 people, and it was just too many of us. And I put my hand up because Debbie and I wanted to move to Canada, and that's exactly how we got here, because of that package. And then in 2004, I was working for a large sales organization here in Canada, and it happened again, but I had no notice, and I'd only been working with them for about a year. So whereas my first layoff, I got 18 months salary and I had lots of time to plan. My second layoff, I got told on a Friday that was it, and they gave me 3 weeks salary, and that was totally not planned.
Oh, wow.
So I've been on both sides of that coin. And that's actually how I set up this business, because you know what? I am not going to be working for anybody else again. I need to create my own destiny. So what I'd love to be able to do here is start telling a story about what you're doing over the next 12 months. Now, with your job, they know obviously that you're leaving. Are they letting you allow yourself to sort of market yourself about what you're going to be doing when you leave that job?
Oh, it's funny you asked that question because that has been an issue up until this point, because you don't want to do that, but now that because the issue is they're leaving California, so
Okay.
it's fair game at this. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what I'd like to do, so right now we've got a profile picture of you and your lovely dog there, but that's pretty much it. Nobody really knows what you do on Facebook, because if I look on the about section, it says you work at insurance, and it says in the past you've been involved with networking and women networking and the HeartLink network, but none of those are jobs. So what I'd like to do, and I'll just show you the difference, is I'll show you mine. So this is mine. Obviously, you've met my wife and you've heard about me talk about my kids and stuff. But so I very much put my stall out. If you say, when you get me, this is who I am. So we want to find a big cover picture for Michele, which says this is who I am. And then what we're going to do is when we get to the about section, you see how it says I'm social media strategist at, and in fact my business is my own name as well. Right. But literally, this would be Live Nature's Path. So we create this as your employer already. So automatically, we've got a platform to start telling a story. And you've got so many stories about your health challenges and how you've overcome and how you got certified as a health coach and all the different variants that have made you who you are. We could be telling that story straight away, so that people, are, even in the Sassy community, are starting to support you and share what you do in it. The ideal scenario was that at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you could be coaching, once you've had your lunch and had a break or whatever, but you could be doing both things in parallel for a period of time just to sort of bridge that gap. And by having an online presence like a Facebook page, like your website, then we're going to be able to do that. So that would probably be the first thing I'd suggest, is that we try and create a Facebook page. I want to get the branding right first, so I won't say we're going to do it today, but if we're not going to live with livenaturespath.com, then we'll look at what we are going to live with. But as soon as we've got that branding together, then we'll create this. And then, are you on LinkedIn as well, by the way? With your current job?
I'm on LinkedIn with the insurance business.
Okay. So would they allow you to show a second employer on that? Let's find you here.
Yeah, because I'm not staying.
That's not you.
That's not me.
I can see that. Let's go back. Just assumed. GUTA, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There it is. Claims at State Farm Insurance.
Okay, gotcha. All right, that's why I couldn't find you. So what I'd like to be able to do here is help you beef up this platform. So, because right now it couldn't be more empty. So what we should be trying to do, because a lot of the people that you're going to be dealing with are professionals. And the best way to set out your store is to come alongside them in the same vein. So what we can do, and I'll show you mine. So you can see here, that's my social media on LinkedIn. You can see my picture, you can see some branding, and then straight out the gate, I have 2 companies. We Make Stuff Happen as a brand that we do business under, but my actual company is JD Gem Consulting Inc. That's our incorporation company.
Okay.
Which is Jonathan, Debbie, Gemma, Ellen, and Maddie, by the way. My wife and my girls. So you can see that I have 2 businesses running. So this is to present, and this one's to present. So you could have the State Farm job running, but what we could also do, you could also say health coach at Live Nature's Path, and you could say that I started that in whenever 2013 or whatever you got your certification, and we could be running those 2 courses parallel. And that way, we're just letting people know you're already out there, and we can start to tell those stories. Because what I love on your website is that they've given you a blog. Now, have they taught you much about writing blogs at all?
No.
No.
Well,
okay.
I should say that they haven't. I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Because it says newsletters here, but really what makes a website different, because what happens is you write the about me, you write the services, and everything that you write out stays the same for a long time. The one thing that changes is your stories. And by writing stories under your blog, then what you're doing, you're giving Google fresh content to re-index your website to keep you higher up the chain. And it's also that becomes the very center of what we do when we tell your story across social media, is the transformational stories that you've had in your life and the difference that you've made in other people's lives because of your experience and expertise that you've brought into their healing sort of path. So that's something else that we can look at. So we've already got, oh great, we've already got, so we could literally cut and paste this straight over into your LinkedIn and we would have a LinkedIn profile done super quickly, which is great. Now, this is a beautiful photograph of you, by the way. We could use this picture again on your LinkedIn. We could use this picture of you on your Facebook business page. So straight away, you've already got a professional headshot that differentiates yourself from not having a picture at all. So that is awesome. Okay, so we got some good stuff to go on. Okay. They were just my questions. I just wanted to get them out of my head. So just otherwise, it's going to be like, I wonder if. So now I know that. I'm going to stop screen sharing for a little bit. And I want to hear all about why you want to go into your own business. Tell me about your passion, why you joined Sassy and all the good stuff.
Okay. Well, narrow it down a little bit. Where do you want me to start?
Well, actually, tell me what were your health challenges that you overcame?
In a nutshell, connection is unstable. Can you still hear me?
I can now. Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. You froze for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
So why do I want to do my own business? Well, okay, let me backtrack of why I picked health coaching. So when you read my the website, you'll see that I spent decades having health issues. And so when I discovered what worked for me, then I started studying it. And I realized, okay, how come other people don't know about this? And then I realized, well, they do. It's just that they just need more people to get this out in the forefront. So that's kind of why I'm just really passionate about that. Is I just think that for especially women, that we need to know this information, because what I found is that I've met in my journey many, many, many women who say they want to do all these amazing things. And this is what I tell them. The bottom line is it gets to a point where you say these things, but if you don't have your health and you don't feel 100%, and you don't, I remember days where I used to say, if I had to pick between I need to do my work, meaning this, or sleep, I chose sleep, because that's how you feel. You're exhausted all the time.
Yes.
And who wants to feel like that? And so that's part of the passion. Why I want to own my own business is because I've worked for the same company for 30 years. And
whoa.
Yeah, this month, in October, I will have been there 30 years.
I'd be married 30 years next month.
Yeah.
I get how long 30 years is.
I can't believe it, because I'm still 25.
And I'm only 37.
But I think, just like you said, I think when they teach you, you go to school, you do really well, you get a good job, you plan, you save, you have that whole thing. I don't believe in that anymore. I don't believe in that anymore. And I think that the only way you get to be really successful and do what you want is if you do your own business. And if you're passionate about that as well, I mean, I don't know, I just think what could be better, right? Is going out and doing every day something that you totally enjoy.
Yeah.
So the whole, at least in the United States, the whole corporate thing has really, really changed.
Yes.
It's not about people anymore.
No. Sadly not. It is, but not as much as it should be. And the people that do get that do really well still, but there's not as many anymore.
And the whole thing about Sassy was, I was telling this to somebody I was doing a session with the other day. I can't remember. Anyway, what I was telling her was that when you work in corporate, there's a certain mentality and a certain different type of people. When you go to Sassy and you realize that first meet all these creative people, these intelligent people, and then all these people who are really willing to help you and help each other. It really was a community, because you don't have that in your job, because you're always competing with somebody. You're always competing with somebody, really. So that whole, just meeting that, just a whole different type of people, to me was just amazing.
So when did you join? Was that in October in Vegas?
October, yeah.
Awesome. So you must have seen me on stage then give Lisa that rose.
I did. I did.
I don't know if you know this, but I didn't tell my wife I was doing that.
Oh, you mean rejoining?
No, giving Lisa the rose. Debbie knew I was rejoining. We were totally in agreement with that. But it was just an idea I had. And I just thought of the idea, went and bought a rose, did it. And she's sitting in the audience like, what's he doing? And then afterwards, she said to me, where's mine? Oh, my goodness. Anyway, it was fun. Had to leave a lasting impression.
Exactly.
I love Lisa. It has transformed the way I do business. I had a good business already, but I was very much teaching people face-to-face. And now almost everybody I work with, I don't see face-to-face. And I get way more done, and I can help way more people, and it's been transformational.
Yeah.
I've loved it. That's great. And you're in Dirk's group, if I remember right.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's going to be married 2 years tomorrow, he was telling me.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, are they actually officially in Palm Desert?
Not yet, no. They're packing up. I was hoping to visit with him while we were here, but he's not going to be here. I think they'll be living here permanently by, I think, November.
Okay.
Maybe a little sooner, but I'm not sure. I know they've sold their place, and I believe they've purchased a place up in the mountains here in Idlewild, but I don't know when it goes through. So, yeah. And I've yet to meet his partner, so I'm very excited to meet the two of them together.
Yeah, Dirk's I like Dirk.
He's awesome, and he's kind of like my biggest fan right now, which is nice. He needed the help, and he's just been such an amazing student, and he's been so passionate about
what... froze again.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to stop the video for a bit. It might just give me better bandwidth.
Okay.
There we go. I was going to say he's been an amazing student, and because of that, it's given me so much more time to work with him, because he's like, Jonathan, this is great. What else do you need from me? What else do you need from me? And the more we do, the more he wants, and it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, he is terrific. He's terrific. Great. Okay. So tell me about the type of things that you do for people.
Okay, so basically what I do is I work with people and help them try and identify some of what might be some of the underlying issues of why they're having some of their symptoms or their health complaints. A lot of times that involves testing. So if we need to do testing, we'll do testing. And then afterward, what we do is we come up with a game plan or a protocol to kind of help them work through what those underlying issues are, correcting them, and then teaching and educating them on things that they can do to help, to show them how they can help their bodies heal themselves. That's basically in a nutshell what I do.
Got it.
So we talk about like diet, the basics, diet, rest, exercise. But I'm thinking like in just my journey is kind of going, I think, and that's where my program's going to go, is predominantly I do digestive health. I used to do a lot of thyroid work, but I'm leaning more towards digestion.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And when you say tests, you mean like lots of blood tests or physical tests, or what does that testing look like?
Sometimes I'll do thyroid testing.
Mm-hmm.
We do what we call adrenal testing, right? We check their hormones.
Yeah. Their
sex hormones, all of that stuff. I can test to see if they have any kind of gut pathogens like bacteria, fungus, yeast. parasites, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Do testing to see if they have what they call leaky gut.
Yep.
That kind of stuff.
Okay, got it. And is that easy to do? So you can just write them a list of what they need, and they can go to a clinic and get those things done then?
No, actually, I work specifically with a company of doctors who I get the testing through them. The only one that I can individually get is thyroid testing. So I'll give them companies who because most of the time a patient has to go through their doctor to get testing. There are certain tests like thyroids that now have independent companies that allow you to get it for yourself, but obviously you have to have someone who can read it for you. And the same thing with blood work. It's the same thing as I have companies that I can say, okay, they will allow you to go do the test, and then they bring it to me and I can read it.
Got it. I'm writing lots of notes as we go through here. So fantastic. Okay. And how are you monetizing yourself when you do these things? Do you have an hourly rate? Do you have a program price? How are you going to do that?
Well, okay. So when I first started, just because, it's really difficult when you're a coach, because the fee scale is it's huge. So you always come up with this, okay, well, what do I charge? Because I know some people charge per hour, and I know some people who charge per package. My package is really per hour, but combined in working with me, it's usually about 3 months. But my goal is I don't want to do that. I'm kind of like you, because to replace my income, I can't do that. I'll never be able to replace my job. So I'm trying to create an online program.
Okay.
And that's where I am.
Okay. So then people would be in a group as such.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they could go VIP with you if they want individual coaching.
Exactly.
Okay. So you'll have different levels. Right on. And have you been able to put any numbers to those yet, or is it too soon?
Yeah, it's too soon.
Okay. That's okay. Right on. Exciting.
I'm really hoping by my goal, my plan, I should say, is because I've been working with someone to help me kind of figure what that looks like. My goal is to have that done and established by the end of this year, and then that way I still have the whole next year to play with it and tweak it. And then, so like you said, by the time that year is over, when I lose my job, that'll already be up and running.
Yes. Yeah. I would change your language from when you lose your job to when I am done with my job. Lose sounds like you lost something. And this is planned. This is deliberate. This is part of your destiny. So there's a lot of power on words. So I would find a different word for lose.
Yes,
personally.
I agree.
Just because. It's exciting. I love it. I mean, when I left the oil company, I knew about 7 months before I left that it was probably going to happen. And then about 5 months, let's see, I found out about it in the May, and I left in the September, but they paid me through till the end of December. They had me on 3 months, what they call garden leave, where they could call me if they needed me, but they never did. So I had about 5 months of solid knowledge that it was definitely happening. And I was the happiest person in the company because I was so happy to leave, and I was getting paid to leave. And Debbie and I applied to move to Canada, and we went through immigration, and we got approved, and we already had a plan. And I was so excited because I didn't know what I was going to do when I moved to Canada, but I knew I was moving. And we told everybody. We'd been planning this for like 10 years. Like, when we find enough money, we're moving to Canada. Don't know where it's going to come from, but it's going to happen. And we had our prayer group at church, and everybody is like, they're moving to Canada, but they don't know how, but they're going to do it. And we did. And when it comes full circle, you feel like you own your destiny, and it's a very exciting place. So I'm excited for you. This is awesome.
Jonathan, I go through my moments, right? I mean, there's like 90% of me that is unbelievably excited, and I can't wait because I can't tell you how much I enjoy doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love doing it. And every time, like I had a friend at work at my regular job, who her daughter, who's 10, is diagnosed with lupus.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you know what lupus is, but
Actually, one of my staff has lupus.
okay. And so I have my own experience with that. I have relatives who also have it. And I know a lot about autoimmune diseases. And so I said, if you're open, can I just talk to you about it? And so I did. And I just gave her information. You know, I told her, this is what I'm going to be doing when I, you know, leave State Farm. But anyway, and she wrote me this really nice email today. And some of the advice I gave her, she wound up actually, she said, all right, I already did this, this, and this. So it's like, wow. You know, you go through your head, you go, wow, somebody really does listen to me.
Yes. Hey?
And so, but to me, it's like you know, we shouldn't have people who have those type of autoimmune diseases. That's serious. Lupus is like
No kidding.
and
Yeah.
and so I love what I do. So I can't wait to do that full time. But then there's that part of me, because I've had a job for 30 years. I don't know what it's like to actually have to go out there and make money. So that transition for me is really it's really hard.
I'm with you. Yeah, I've been there multiple times. Just to share, in 2004, as I say, when I left the department store business, I had no concept that was coming my way, and department stores were just dying all over the planet, really, I guess. So I was forced into this situation that I didn't plan for, and we had a mortgage, we had a car payment, I had 3 children in private Christian school. It was just like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And that's how I set up my business. And I loved working with charities. My wife and I were very involved in our church. So I said, you know, I'd really like to help charities raise money. So initially, my reason to go into business was to help great people, you know, deliver their cause by me helping them raise funds. And we did quite well with that. And then in 2008, I was in a very bad car accident and ended up having to get massive surgery on my neck.
Oh, wow.
Which I actually have a titanium neck. So I have like a Terminator neck. It's very, very cool. But the upshot was, post-surgery, I had like a 9-month rehab time. And for 3 months, I couldn't leave my house. This cup of coffee was the biggest thing I was allowed to lift. I wasn't allowed to drive. My exercise regime was a walk to the mailbox. So imagine, you know, I'm self-employed. I get all my business from networking at different events, and suddenly I'm locked in my house with this huge Frankenstein neck, if you like, to begin with. And I had my laptop and I had my BlackBerry at the time. And it's like, oh crap, I'm in that place again. There is no money coming in. And that's how I started social media. Because I thought, I have to talk to people. I have to find a way of staying in touch with people. So I taught myself Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter back in 2009 when they were around but not mainstream.
Right.
And I got picked up by a marketing magazine from some of my writing, and I got a feature twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, in this magazine called Marketing Dangerously. And I started telling small businesses what they should be doing with social media. Partially for my sanity and partially because I had time and I knew I needed a skill beyond what I already had. And here I am almost 10 years later. This is my main business.
Wow.
So I 100%, believe me, know what it feels like to sit at home and think, oh crap, what's happened? You know, I have to reinvent myself and go out and do something new. And it can be a scary place. But at the same time, you know, I get to meet people like you and we do strategy sessions, and it's the most exhilarating thing in my day is to help great people. And for you, especially when they're hurting and they need healing, and you can do that, then yes, it's amazing. So don't worry, you're in good company. You're in good company. And many of us have been there in the sassy world, and the entrepreneur life isn't for everybody. But for those of us that do it well, it's an amazing thing. So just align yourself with the right people and you're going to be great.
Yeah.
You're going to be great. Okay, so how, on a scale of 1 to 10, because I know you said you're not very technical or technology is not your friend. When it comes to using Facebook, would you give yourself on a 1 to 10?
I know how to post.
Yeah.
I mean, I post all the time, but yeah, that's not probably about it. So
Okay.
I don't even know how to do a Facebook Live, and I've never done one.
That's okay. I can teach you that. Is there any other social media you've used? Instagram, LinkedIn?
I do have an
Twitter?
Instagram account.
Yeah.
Yeah, under my name. And I've taken pictures. I've always said I want to do more of that. I just haven't done it.
Okay. So I gotcha. So I have a number of resources that we've put together in the past already, which is what I call Social Media 101, where it takes you through the very, very basics of each of the platforms. You understand how they work. And then I've done Social Media 201, which is, okay, now I know how they work. How do I use them? And then I have Social Media 1.5, which is, okay, I've got it. I set it up. I think I know how to use it now, but how do I make it make me money? And then we go into sort of all sorts of different courses at the end of that. So I've literally taught people in the 60s and 70s who have never picked up a mobile phone before, and they go buy an iPhone and they come to me and say, okay, how do I use this? I'm like, are you kidding me? You just bought an iPhone?
Okay.
Yeah, everybody needs an iPhone. I went, okay.
I don't know how to use my iPhone very well either.
Well,
I know how to text. I know how to take pictures.
I live on this baby. So all those sorts of things, I'm very natural about teaching people step by step. So we got you covered. Question I have, in the timing of all of this, how soon or how quickly do you want to start going on this?
Which you mean doing the social media stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Fairly soon.
Okay.
Yeah, fairly soon.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm on the same page. We have a number of things that we do every season, if you like. And September is what I call my back to school for business season.
Okay.
So the first thing that we've got coming up on September 19th is a social media bootcamp. It's a little bit more advanced than where you're at today, but we've got 3 weeks to get you there so that you get best out. And the nice thing is I run that at 2 o'clock Pacific. So you would even be home in time pretty much to do the course live.
Yeah.
Because it's a 5-week course. And then straight after that, we then go into a 12-week, what we call content marketing course, where we teach you how to tell your story from your website and then use that story as the core of your social media. So we have that. And then, and they're 2 standalone courses. The other thing we do at the same time is I do a small group program, which is what I call VIP access, where people who, they get absolutely every one of our courses. They get access to all the older ones as well. But they also get to join a small group with just me and Lindsay. You met Lindsay at the retreat, right?
Yes.
So she is our number one. She's been with me since, I'm trying to think, I think it's 6 years we've worked together now. I'm not 100% sure. I think she might tell me it's 7, but it's definitely 6. She knows better than I do. So we work together very, very closely. So if I'm not around, I'm training and she's doing the same thing for me. And then I have a couple of other people who work with me who've not met Petra and Paige, and they work, we have a home office and they work out of Petra works in her home but visits with me once a week. And then Paige actually works in my office, like sitting right next to me. So she walked into my office right now and she's sitting at my desk. So we have people literally around the clock who are there for you as well as part of VIP access for Facebook. We normally use Facebook Messenger as a platform for asking questions because it's instant. You have to go check email or anything. And we do that as well. So yes, we can do lots with you, and we can be as gentle with you as you need to be, and then we can get you up to speed. Certainly by year end, you would be in really great shape to be able to start monetizing what it is that you're going to do for sure. Does that sound like the path you were looking for?
Yeah.
Awesome. So the next question, probably going through your brain, is like, how much is this going to cost me? I know that question. The great thing is, I've walked your path, and I know once people invest in Sassy, and they put a lot of money into Sassy, I know a lot of people think this is all I'm going to need, and then quite soon you realize, actually, I need more.
Right.
And I think what Lisa says so well is that when she says everything you need is on Planet Sassy, that is true, but I don't think she means to say everything you need, I'm going to teach you. What she's saying is, because of the Sassy Mastermind, pretty much everything you need is on Planet Sassy, and all these people around you, there's going to be an individual or two that's going to take you exactly where you need to go because of the trust and the mastermind. So that's as I understand it when she says that phrase. So like Dirk came to me, he had a website, he had social media, but none of it was working for him. And just says, I've set it all up, I paid for it, but it doesn't bring me any business at all. I don't know how to use it. Although he said, I've done some posts, it hasn't got me any business whatsoever. So he and I went on a journey of reinventing how he uses his story. And we made about 20 videos when we were at the retreat, and then I interviewed him for a good half an hour, and we've created tons and tons of stories now around his expertise and his life perspectives. So now people are starting to get to know Dirk, and because they get to know Dirk, they get to know what he does, and then they're calling him saying, how can I work with you? And that's a scenario. I don't like to use social media to be very salesy, because there's too many people trying to do that, and all these internet gurus with, you know, a Lamborghini in their garage and a king-size bed full of dollar bills. I mean, it just doesn't work for me. It's not very sincere, and I don't think for the most time it's even true. They might rent it, or they might go to the bank account and get a load of money out, but I don't think it's very true very often. So everything I teach is real experience from what I've been doing since 2009 in the social media world, since 2004 as a self-employed entrepreneur. And I started working for my dad when I was 16. So I'm 52. So it's been my 37th year in business or something like that. So I've been around a long time helping people make money. And I love to do that. That being said, let me tell you some numbers. The Sassy price that I've recently put together, the VIP access price on my website, you can go look at it right now, is $14,997.
Okay.
But what I've done for some Sassies, because a number of them have said to me, Jonathan, I already put a load of money into Lisa, and I need you too, but I can't just go and do that all at once. I went, 100%. There's a parrot in a cage. Oh my gosh. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Oh my word. Like, what the heck was that? It's literally a big green parrot in a cage. Sorry. Kind of distracted. So I put together a Sassy VIP price for this course that we start next month, which is, we've knocked it down to $12,000, and we've done that over 4 payments of 3. So I'm not one of these pay in full and do it for this price, or do a payment plan and do it for this price. I should be, but I'm not. So I literally, I think there's probably going to be 5 people in this group from Sassy, and it's just $3,000 over 4 months, and you get everything. So you get all of the resources that I mentioned to you for every single class. So there's probably about 6 days worth of training of courses that I can send you that I've taught through Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. And then what we do is we bring you live through the bootcamp, which starts September 19th. And then we bring you live through core content, which takes us up to the end of November. And then we do some direct selling training as well with Jennifer Deep Stratton, who's a former Sassy as well. In fact, Jennifer and I just spent the whole week, her and her husband Peter just came out. We just spent the whole weekend together putting the finishing touches to that program as well. So you get high ticket selling with Jennifer as well. No. No, she graduated in Vegas, actually.
Okay.
She was in Sassy for 4 years. Yeah. Yeah, she lives in San Diego. Which city are you in?
I'm in Corona, which is probably about 45 minutes north of San Diego.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, she's not. So, but they were in Palm Desert all weekend. We just hung out together. It was great.
I wondered why she wasn't at the retreat.
Mm-hmm. No, she is. And she's very sad about it. But her business has grown so much that there's no more time. And I think everything she could do within Sassy, she'd done by a long way. And she was Lisa's high ticket sales mentor. And she loved, that was her favorite thing, was to teach other people. But I think it just got to the point that her curriculum was much bigger than what Lisa had to teach. And she had a lot more she could offer, but she couldn't under the Sassy Mastermind. And she had so many private clients who hired her as well as sassy, that it reached that tipping point. And she stepped out and started doing her own live events. It's very exciting. She does two. She has one in September and one in January.
What is her business again?
Say again?
What is her business again?
So her business is called High Ticket Sales Success.
That's right.
So really what she does is people who are already in business, who already have a product offering and are already bringing value, she teaches them how to, what she calls, create the quantum benefits so that you can double, triple your price.
Right.
And I've been through her program. I am still in her program together. We work together. We sort of trade off time. So once you've got a business and you know what you're doing, then that up leveling, if you like, is amazing. But she's part of the training that we do as well. So her and I are doing our first training session on September 5th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon is when Jennifer and I start that off. So you can be part of that too. So how does that sound?
It sounds really good. I'm going to be honest with you. I need to think. The only reason is because my renewal for Sassy is coming up. And I'm trying to figure that out as well too.
Yes.
So
the good thing is, it's a lot cheaper, right?
No, I didn't see in that. I had no idea how much it's going to be.
It's well, unless they've changed it, which I'm not aware.
They haven't. I haven't had that conversation.
Yeah, it's $9,800. It's over half price.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
well, that's good to know.
And they also let you pay it on credit card as well, second time round, so you can get your points. You'll get call from Andrea J. Lee fairly soon, probably, because she calls everybody sort of to walk them through. But yeah, it's just under half price compared to the first year. As I say, mine was $9,800. I actually paid a little bit more to join what's called the advanced program.
Right.
Mainly because it means I can bring a second person with me to the events. So that's why I was able to bring Lindsay. And it also put me in technically you're not supposed to be in advance until year 3. But because I already had a very established business and I rocked my first year, they let me jump a year in terms of the mentoring. So I'm a year 3 Sassy, what they call advanced. And I think it's $3,000 more to be in advanced. But it means that I could bring other people to events. So that's, for me, it was the right move. You don't have to, though, by any stretch.
Now, I think I asked you this before at the retreat. Are you glad that you joined the second year?
Yes, I am. I learned so much in the first year. I probably could have said that I've got all I need. But personally, for me, I'm a very visual learner, not necessarily an audio learner. So when I go to events like the retreat and I watch how Lisa runs the room, to be honest, I get as much value out of that as somebody teaching me how to do a cash flow calendar or something like that. Because I'm very much a live event focused person. I know that's where I want my business to go. And as I say, I get the best learning out of watching. So for that alone, I wanted to do more. And I'm up for renewal when you are, actually, because this will be my 3rd year. And I'm renewing again.
You're not?
I am. Oh, yeah. No, I am definitely. Again, because Lisa's doing new stuff and I keep watching. But also, I've become friends with so many people now that, I mean, I have lots of clients and I have my own family, but I don't have a lot of friends, I'll be honest. But within the Sassy community, I actually have real friends. Like Jennifer and Peter came out at the weekend. I mean, that wouldn't have happened without Sassy.
Yeah.
And that is very special to me. It's not that you buy friendships, but it just puts you in a group of like-minded people.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Yeah. And for me, I'm thinking I want to do it again only because I think when you don't have an established business, the first 5-6 months, you're just trying to figure things out. Yes. And then once things start to make sense, like for me, what I went to this last retreat, things started to make sense.
Yes.
And then you come back and you go, okay, now I want to take advantage of all this stuff that they said was there. And you start doing that and you go, oh, wow, we only got 2 more months left. I don't,
Yeah, it's quite deliberate. I mean, she says 3 years to 7 figures. And I know not everybody gets to 7 figures by a long way. And that's okay. It doesn't mean to say you have to. It just means you could.
Right.
But at the same time, they definitely up level each year, and you get different skills. And even hearing the same thing, I've been to Speak to Sell 5 times now, and this last Speak to Sell that we went to in San Diego, I got more out of it than any other time.
Right.
Because I was actually in a position of making Speak to Sell talks, which I never had been up until that point. So then I was visualizing what I was going to say, and then I actually went to Florida and did a Speak to Sell talk with one of the other sassies, a guy called Ogie. And everything Lisa taught me 2 weeks before, I was able to put into place because I just learned it and I watched her do it. So it was terrific. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're frozen. Okay, no, it's unfrozen. It's good. Yeah. So yeah, Sassy is a great deal second time round. And I'm always aware of that. So that's why I priced my program super accordingly, because I know people are investing in that too.
Okay, so go through that again with me. So sure. I understood. So you have the basic social class, which is
so you get my whole vault of training that I've put together for the last 3 years, which is that 101, 201, 1.5. You get all of that, and then we can be going through that together, sort of like from tomorrow almost, and then starting September 19th, we do the social media bootcamp, which is 5 weeks of hands-on what you should do in your social media strategy to make it work for you. So it's very, very related to the Sassy community. And then as soon as that course finishes, we go on to the next course, which we call Core Content, which is using the stories that you have as part of what we call a content marketing strategy. And then parallel to all of that, we're then working with each individual to pad out their website, pad out each individual social media platform, so that by mid-December, you're in great shape to be able to leverage everything you've learned, both with me and obviously with Sassy. So then going into sort of 2018, if you like, not only have you got a lot of head knowledge, you've also got a lot of hands-on experience. And what we've been able to help you do is create what we call a really good digital footprint. So someone just Googles Live Nature's Path or Michelle Gutman or whatever that might be, you're going to come up a lot. Whereas right now, it's very difficult to find several articles about you. So we teach you how to get found by Google. We have Facebook picks you up, how Instagram picks you up, how Google Images picks you up, how your blog gets used in search engines. And it's what I've been teaching since, what I taught myself in 2009, because I had to. And I've been teaching it ever since, and we refine it. So every course we do, we add a little bit more, because social media always changes. There's always something new. And your job is not to know what's new. Your job is to leverage it. My job is to let you know what's new.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
This is tax deductible?
Of course.
It is. What do you classify it as?
Training.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. In fact, in Canada, the government actually issues grants for training. And 2/3 of the cost of our training is actually covered by the provincial and federal governments of Canada. So our training is approved in British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and Alberta. Our training program, we actually work on behalf of the government with our training program. It's in the United States. You get an invoice from me, and you can use that as a business write-off for training. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, and then so to do all of the classes that you're talking about, are they self-study?
They're delivered live and recorded. So you get put into our academy initially for the boot camp, which is a 5-week course, and you have a questionnaire that you fill in, which benchmarks where you are at, and then different worksheets every week, live calls. I also host another call, which is called Virtual Coffee, where once a week, anybody who's in my program just can get together and ask me any question live as well, and we'll hot seat people. And then at the end of the boot camp, then we go into Core Content, which is a different academy. And Lindsay teaches that more than me. We do it together, but she takes the lead on the second one. And then parallel to that is people like Jennifer, and I have a LinkedIn friend and an Instagram friend, and I have some of the greatest knowledge mindsets on social media platforms around the world, and they all come in as guest presenters for me in my program. So it's, as I said, it's delivered live, it's recorded, just like we're recording this, and then you get access to all of that privately. And you don't lose access to that. You get those recordings for life. I don't sort of, at the end of the year, delete you off my records. I mean, we create individual platforms that always have that material.
Okay, and this is just, so that first one you're talking about, the 101, that starts when?
Well, that's already built, so I can give you access to that like straight away. But the actual workshop, the first live workshop, I have a one-time course with Jennifer September 5th, which is at 2:00. And then the boot camp starts September 19th.
19th.
But they're always at 2:00 Pacific.
Just in case, when is, if not this one, when is the next one?
I won't start the next one. Let me think. I think I haven't got the exact dates yet, but we will start it again mid-January.
Mid-January.
Yeah, but it won't be at this price.
Right.
I put these prices together about 3 months ago, and Jennifer and I were sitting at the weekend saying, you know, that's half the price it could be. I went, shit, it is. I went, okay. But it's a price that I already committed to, and I'm totally fine. But I don't think I'll be repeating these prices next time around. So.
Oh yeah, I know, I understand that. And that was 12 what?
It's 12,000 period, and it's 4 payments of 3, and you can use your Visa or MasterCard to do that each month.
Okay. All right. I'm going to crunch some numbers if you don't mind.
Of course. There's no pressure on my part at all. Yeah. If you just want to do the boot camp, you can just do the boot camp to begin with. I wouldn't give you access to everything else, but you could just do that as a standalone course. Or you can go all in, and we'll get you everything you need by the end of the year.
Now the boot camp
the boot camp, if you buy it by itself, it's $14.97 just for the 5 weeks.
I'm sorry, 14.
$14.97.
1,497.
$1,497 for the 5-week course. Yeah.
For the 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's on my website. Yeah. All my prices are on my website. So I never hide what it costs to work with us. So.
And what's your website again?
WeMakeStuffHappen.com. Yeah.
This is exciting. Okay. Perfect.
Exciting.
What else do I need to know?
I
need to make money. That's all I need to know.
I have made people millions and millions of dollars. Not collectively. I have helped clients double, triple their income in the same year. Often. I make no promises because I don't know what your business is today.
Right.
But the only promise I ever make anybody is I will give you my best stuff.
Right.
And then when people are in VIP and I get to know them, it really helps me help them tell their story. Whereas if people join a course one by one, I get to know. I did like 14 people in Ogie's group we did a boot camp through the summer. I got to know everybody a little bit, and I was able to help them some. But when I get to know people, because the most we ever have in a VIP group is around 10 or 12 businesses. So I get to know them really well. And that's why we keep the group small, and it makes a big difference for helping people.
That's cool. All right, I will definitely let you know in the next couple of days, if not sooner.
Totally fine. Yep, I'm hanging out in Palm Desert if you want to drive over. Come see that.
So how long are you going to be in Palm Desert?
We go home on September 7th.
You're going to be here that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Living the dream, my friend.
Wow. I'm proud of you.
It's what I call my annual workation.
Are you staying the whole time in Palm Desert?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a timeshare, and we exchange it, and the Marriott here is a beautiful complex.
Now, before you lived in Canada, where did you live?
In the United Kingdom.
Oh.
Hence my British accent.
Got it.
Yeah. I lived on an island actually called the Isle of Man till I was 30. Then we moved to London for 7 years, and we've lived in Canada 15 years now.
Do you like it?
Love it. I love the seasons of the weather. I love universal healthcare. I love political stability. I love fresh air and cleanliness. I just think Canada's got it right. You know,
we're not having much of that lately.
No, I'm sorry. I'm very aware of that. Our Prime Minister is excellent.
Stable right now.
I know. Canadians are just nice people. They're very polite. They're not aggressive. Everybody cares about the environment. People celebrate success, and the whole government is set up. As I say, 2/3 of my courses are covered by government grants in Canada because they really encourage people to be self-employed. So it's just a win-win-win living there. And we live literally 3 miles from Washington State, so I can see Washington from my office window, literally. And I go over the border for gas because your taxes are so much less than ours. So Debbie and I will literally go for a date night, just get gas, get groceries, and come home.
You said Washington, right?
Yes, yeah. So we're about 2.5 hours drive to Seattle from where we live.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must be really nice. How often do you go to Seattle?
Not as often as I'd like. We go to Bellingham, which is the nearest town in Washington State, probably 2 or 3 times a month. But for the most part, we just jump on a plane out of Bellingham and come to Palm Desert if we like it here. So this is Debbie's 3rd trip here. This is my 1st. But because of all the sassy stuff, go to San Diego and wherever else we've been. But yeah, we're very close.
Are you guys going to be going in October?
Definitely. Yeah. I'm not sure if Lindsay's coming with us as well. Actually, I think she probably will be. But Debbie and I will definitely be there. Monetize Your Mission, as it's going to be called. Yeah.
Now, did you do work with Kelly?
Kelly Foy?
Kelly.
Oh, Kelly Sample.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh my goodness, we still are. Yeah. So we did her branding, we did her website, and she's right in the middle. She's just finished VIP, the one we've just done.
Okay.
So she did the boot camp. She did core content with Lindsay, and she did everything that you're just about. Well, I hope you're just about to do. Yeah.
I thought so. And you helped her with her website, right?
We built it 100%.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So Stacey Canfield did her photographs, and she had some other photographs done from not long after she got married. But everything else we did for her. Yeah, her logo and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, she worked very closely with Lindsay on that.
That's right.
She's awesome. Again, she got out of corporate, right? And now she's in her own job, and we did the same with what's her name? Marie Johnson. Did you know Marie? She's now a speaking coach. Same thing. She left a corporate job, and if you look at marialynnjohnson.com, I think it's LYNN. We did the same thing. We did her logo and her website and everything as well. And
you do logos too?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I might need your help.
We're the full service everything. Yeah. When you go to my website and you go to the tribe, it's like About Us and go tribe. You'll see about 20 different people that work with me, and we do everything. So.
Is that part of my $12,000? No.
you do get a great discount on anything else you need, but no. Nice try though.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
And I'll let you know in the next couple of days. Enjoy your vacation.
Thank you. You know how to find me.
And tell the missus.
Yep.
Yes, I do. Tell the missus I said hello.
I will. She's sitting by the pool right now, so I'm going to go back to her. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan, for everything.
Let this recording render, and I'll send a copy of it to you as well. Thanks, Michelle.
Okay, sounds good.
Take care.
All right.
Bye for now. Bye.